He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's go!
They'll set up to throw. Finds his target, Chris Gibbons. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football. They have to go to the air.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Chris Gibbons, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
To throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there. Nice chunk of yardage on the screen. They send a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Chris Gibbons with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this.
His height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time where the kids can't get it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, his NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because
And the Panthers are going to get a first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a play fake here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
That wants to meet that challenge head on. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in playing.
All right, now look at 56. Look at
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zones to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. But that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he's nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there.
And the drive.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind.
And this is going to be intercepted. And some room to roam now. He's got daylight. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the right.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means.
They'll try him, and he's gonna be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away.
Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over.
One was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that leads to a San Francisco first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense. Put it in the middle of the field. Bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Chris Gibbons, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down 49ers.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going.
That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
Now out comes.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this...
Holding. Defense. The penalty is declined.
On the wall, you have to explain later, but you'll see how difficult that throw actually was.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught in mid. Yeah, we kind of neglected him last week. We've got to find ways to get him the football, scheme to get him open because they know he's a big-time weapon, so they're going to have people out there to cover him. That done.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their big tight end. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything.
For the 49ers now on 3rd.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be first down, Saints. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground.
Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This one fielded at the 5. They find some open field here. Touchdown, 49ers. Their dangerous wide receiver, 94 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a... So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one fielded at the 5. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, fit me for a neck brace, partner. One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
And
especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And a shot taken on 3rd down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. yards. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got it.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That one goes for 34 yards. And the 49ers are going to get a first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Taken in at the 22. Wow, evasive.
Make them miss.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. 77 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Evades the tackler and now some space. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. A big pickup there on 3rd and 10. 33 yards.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
They need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Four down. Set.
Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.